the best Adventure Time game on Roblox. Yes, and I quite literally mean the best Adventure Time game on the platform. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. If you guys like to become testers for my game or help me out with the game, join my Discord down below. But why am I doing this in the first place? That's a good question. Scrolling on Roblox one night, wondering if I could find a good game, hitting in all the cash grabs and simulators. And after watching Adventure Time for like the 1000th time, of course I wanted more of the universe. I'd even went as far as to play Card Wars again, the old Adventure Time card game that I actually was number 2 in the road at. We're not here to dwell on the glory days, but that could only take you so far. I wanted the real experience. I wanted to walk around in the world. I wanted to actually adventure in the land of Vu. So I took my attention to Roblox, of course, you know, and it was a barren wasteland. It was about 7 games, you know, and all 7 of these games were trash. Besides one that actually had pretty good building, it was a barren wasteland for the most part. The opportunity is there. After all that, I was still left wanting more. How could there not be a full-fledged Adventure Time based RPG yet anywhere, especially with the 10 years of lore and content to implement? It was just a mystery to me, but the answer was clear. I'm sure that there's a giant community of Adventure Time loving people willing to invest in a game, and all it takes is one person to make the wave and make the movement. I don't feel like waiting around for that person, so I guess it's gonna be me. Now, I've worked on games in the past under different supervisions. I've had a lot of experience to learn from. With any project, you need a foundation, a core where all your ideas stem from, a base that your team can touch back on and refer to when things get blurry and mixed up. So I got to work on the documentation. Shout out to my mentor, Ojinga. That's where I got the initial document, but he also gave me moral pushes during the first stages of my dev road. For the sake of the asset protection and keeping the goods away from the peeping eyes, I can't show you everything on this 22-page document, but just know it's filled to the brim with content, fun, and love. But my mentor and I talked, and he told me making such an ambitious game, at least by myself, would take me several years at minimum. And that's just to get things ready for pre-release, meaning testing and alphas. So this made me stop in my tracks and recoup my thoughts. I was proud of my entire document for sure, but it was clear that I would have to shrink down my initial idea and have it, you know, digestible and at the same time expandable, all in a reasonable time frame, which in turn made me make a secondary list just for my testers and YouTube video. Basically, a cock tease for you and a decent test experience for my future testers. And now my foundation was solid enough for me to start attacking each part of the document as efficiently as possible. I was building a house on sand, hastily putting things together I wanted to be executed and thinking that's all I needed. It wasn't until I put my foundation on a rock and truly created this sub-document.
All of that shit is fake. When I come on, they're like, who that is? I'm too clever, I'm too savvy. Feed up cause they too savage.
Usually the first part of many Roblox development paths, building would be the easiest target I could approach. I've had years of building experience working on projects that not only have never seen the light of day, but were under the supervision of OG builders. But he briefly taught us how to like build efficiently and use some of the plugins and tools to get some of the jobs done. So with that experience on my shoulders and my Roblox ancestors on my back, I jumped into the great unknown of RBX Studio and started cooking. Here's an example of everything that I built in the game and how everything started to come together. For my footage, I basically went over the main POIs in the show, the treehouse, the kitchen in the treehouse, made a little shop for Neptune. I made the bathroom as well. And for the whole experience, I used F3X, a cool little plugin if anybody wants to start getting into Roblox building, I'd advise to use this. For my building style, really, I went with Deep Woken. I felt like that was the best type of building style that fit. I don't know, but I just like theirs. I said, you know what? Let me just pay homage. So I started off with the grass and like the land of you know where the treehouse would be. Treehouse from scratch. I just wanted to make a kind of my own take on it. I didn't want to go too accurate, but if anybody does want to come in and help me fix it up later, you know, I will not stop you. I know it looks kind of rough. You will see how it looks at the end. But then I built some custom plants and, you know, finished the treetop. After that, I used that same floor, turned it a different color, and I started working on the bathroom. So basically, there's going to be 2 spawns in the game, and you're going to either spawn inside the Finn and Jake bathroom, or you're going to spawn at the Candy Kingdom inside the Candy Tavern that you'll see later. But I got to work quickly on that, and I got quickly to work on the kitchen area where you would find BMO for one of the missions, and he'll also be an ability giver as well, but that'll be later down the line once I learn how to script that, or I get some help with that. But yeah, like I said, you'll see like the pattern of the floors really just like that's just the style I kind of wanted for the places of interest. I try my best to just make a rough kitchen area. I know all the pro builders are just cringing in their skins, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to bear with me. I did all of this within a month time, and you know, as the video progresses, you'll see the builds kind of get crispier and crispier. I won't lie to you. With almost every build though, I kind of tried to rush it, or not rush it, but I did everything like in a day, kind of. Everything I thought of, I was just like, all right, let me just put it in. Oh, let me do that. Let me do this. Is there anything left? Boom, boom. All right, I'm done for today. I just try to make a little bit of progress every day with these builds. With the Candy Kingdom, I just said, you know what? It's time to just go with a classic. I know that it's like a curved place, so I put a ball inside of a ball, you know, negated it, cut it in half on top, and then cut it in half on bottom. Not really in half, but you know, slice it on top. Pause for making this toast like that. You're like, what is this BBC on the screen? But no, I was just making a piece of toast. That's a toast drawbridge. I have to make a moat for that, you know, when I implement it into the map. Sorry, but yeah, I was pretty proud of the toast drawbridge, and the entrance is okay. I was like, all right, you know, it's time to make the cupcake houses. So I just made a rough version of what a cupcake looks like. I couldn't really build what I was seeing, so I was like, you know what, let me just make these like pill looking things and just color them and put them around. And you know, it kind of gets the message. I was like, you know, let me put some lollipop plants, some different things, patches of dirt, some mailboxes. I'm like, you know, make the place look a little bit lively. You know, I started making these trees, these rough, like I really like Deep Woken's builds, so I just kind of made these like trees, put them everywhere. Towards the end. And yeah, I was happy, but don't mind this right here. I need to fix that. Yeah, I fixed it. I started working on you know, the Candy Tavern, and I was pretty proud of it. I made it in roughly like an hour or two. I just challenged myself, so a lot of things are off on it, but you know, you can see it kind of coming together. You can see also the floors, and you know, the place looks way better with the lighting added in. But I started getting a rough draft of the ice place, or what am I talking about, the Ice Kingdom, while I was at my sister's house. And you know, I was trying to transport everything, but I don't know, it wasn't cooperating. So I just transported the Ice King's place. But then, you know, I started making the Ice King's house, and the Ice King's house is actually pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie to you, in my opinion, but I just need to, you know, work on things. I try to see how to really build a big map, and you know, I kind of started putting things together, and I'd say it looks pretty well. But you will see it start to come together at the end.
So if I decide to, where am I? A chance to be one of the hive.
When it comes to models,